The Chevrolet Colorado is one popular midsize truck that keeps surprising us year by year. GM keeps upgrading this model and makes it more and more appealing to the buyer, so much so that competitors like Toyota are having a hard time competing with GM. This model delivers a lot for the price that you pay and more, so let's cover all these aspects that make the Colorado so great. Stay with us while we learn the 7 reasons why the Chevrolet Colorado is flying off the lots. Number 7. Platform. Let's start with one of the greatest reasons why the Chevrolet Colorado is such a great hit in the US market, specifically because of its advanced platform. This model is a brand new generation of the Colorado. The model debuted in 2023 and brought a ton of changes over the previous model. For many years, the Colorado used an old body on-frame design that was basically a relic from the past. This made the Colorado a model that drove really poorly. This model had vague steering and the overall feel was like driving a boat and not a proper modern vehicle. That's why the new generation changed that in a good way. This new model brought a ton of changes, specifically a brand new platform with modern suspension components and modern steering. All of the components were redesigned and this took the Colorado to a different level. The result is a very responsive truck with razor sharp steering and excellent feedback. This improved the overall impression of this truck for the driver, and most importantly, it improved safety. When you have a truck with the latest parts, you know that you drive something really safe. There's a modern crash structure that is designed with the latest standards in mind. Also, this frame is designed with hybridization in mind. So what does this mean? Well, this means that we will see a hybrid powertrain with the Colorado in the near future. GM knows that we're headed in this direction, and they designed this truck with this in mind. A hybrid powertrain will boost the MPGs and will reduce the pollution. When it comes to the configurations, we went a step behind. In order for GM to save money, they only developed a single variation, so there's no regular or extended cab. The only variation that you get is a crew cab with a 5-foot bed. But since this is easily the most popular option, in our opinion, it's not that bad overall. This configuration sells the most and offers the least amount of compromises. Overall, this new generation of the Chevrolet Colorado is an excellent improvement over the previous version when it comes to the overall feel of how this truck drives and its safety aspect. Number 6. Powerful powertrains. The second reason why buyers love the Chevrolet Colorado is definitely because of its small, peppy engine that delivers some excellent performance to the table. We're talking here about the 2.7-liter inline-4 turbo engine. This is a clean sheet design that GM introduced a few years back. Many people doubted GM and their idea to put so much power into such a small engine, but as the years went by, there were no concerns with the reliability reported. The 2.7-liter performs and is extremely reliable, almost a perfect engine. From the technologies that this engine uses, we can note the direct injection, variable valve timing, and turbocharging. The core of the engine, which is the block, is designed just like a diesel engine. That's how this engine is so durable and able to withstand so much power. When it comes to the power numbers, there are 2 variations, the low output and the high output versions. The low output is available in the entry-level Colorado and Canyon models. This engine makes up to 237 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque, while the high output version is the one that we recommend. This model delivers up to 310 HP and 430 pound-feet of torque. This engine is perfect when it comes to towing. It simply pulls and pulls. What is worth noting is the fact that you get all this power immediately. Right after you apply the throttle, the engine reacts and glues you down to the seat. This engine is not only powerful, but also really fun to drive. That's why these high output engines are selling like nothing else out there. People simply cannot get enough of the Chevrolet Colorado. This is why, if you want to enjoy a peppy engine and instant feedback, this Colorado with the high output engine is the model that we recommend. Number 5. Great fuel economy. These days, everything is getting expensive. This is also the case with gas. Prices are going through the roof, and this makes a lot of buyers extremely angry. People are starting to demand better efficiency and better numbers from the manufacturers in order not to lose so much money on fuel. This is where General Motors stepped in. The company worked really hard with its engineers, fighting for every MPG. For this purpose, the whole truck was refined and designed with efficiency in mind, especially the engine that is a true engineering marvel. When it comes to the numbers, the rear-wheel drive Colorado delivers up to 20 mpg in the city and 26 mpg on the highway, while the 4-wheel drive version delivers up to 19 mpg in the city and 23 mpg on the highway. The ZR2 version is the worst, with 17 mpg in the city and 19 mpg on the highway. Overall, these are some really healthy numbers when it comes to the Chevrolet Colorado. It's easily one of the best performers in the mid-size market at the moment. The model is even close to the hybrid Tacoma. Here we come to the point that these numbers can be boosted even more. For example, if GM decides to add a hybrid version of the 2.7-liter engine, we could see an improvement to the overall combined fuel economy up to 29 mpg. and 29 miles per gallon is one really solid number for a midsize truck. When this will happen is not clear yet, but we can expect that GM will add a hybrid version in the near future, considering that the whole industry is heading in this route. Number 4. Excellent towing and payload performance. Another highly important area when it comes to pickup trucks is the amount of towing and payload performance. A truck should deliver some healthy numbers in order to be considered a good purchase. And luckily for you, the Colorado is one of the best trucks in this segment, if not the best. This truck has a max payload capacity of 1,725 pounds and a towing performance of 7,700 pounds. These numbers are really strong, and there are simply no other trucks that can outcompete the Colorado. Only the Jeep Gladiator and the GMC Canyon have the same 7,700 pounds of towing capacity, while the nearest competitor, the Ford Ranger, has a towing performance of 7,500 pounds. This is why, if you're looking for a truck that is really good in terms of towing and payload, the Chevrolet Colorado is the truck you need. Number 3. Excellent exterior and interior styling. But not everything is about the horsepower, towing, and payload. Looks also sells tons of trucks. And we can say that GM did a really good job in designing this truck. The new generation elevated the model to a completely different level. This model has the presence that a truck should have, with a massive grille in the front and a beautifully sculpted body that screams aggression. The interior is also beautiful and flooded with technology. The cabin is extremely roomy and the seats are very comfortable, even on the lower trim levels. What is also really good is the fact that with all of the trim levels, you get the same 11.3-inch infotainment screen, so the technology aspect is pretty high with this model. What is also really nice is that you have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration in case you don't want to use the standard GM infotainment. There's plenty of connectivity, and overall, the Colorado does not disappoint at all. This is why people simply cannot get enough of this model and keep buying it. Number 2. Many trim levels. And an area where the Chevrolet Colorado really shines is when it comes to trim levels. This model is simply abundant when it comes to the options that you get. The base trim is the work truck. The WT is a plain model with not many options. It comes only in white and cloth seats. What you really want is the LT model. This is a work truck with options. Then you have the Trail Boss, an extremely popular affordable off-road model. Then you have the Z71 luxury off-road model, and the ZR2, a proper high-performance off-road model that is basically on the same level as the Ford Raptor. The ZR2 is the trim that we recommend to those who want to experience the maximum off-road performance possible. Number 1. Good starting price. And the main thing that makes the Chevrolet Colorado so irresistible is its low starting price. This model starts at $29,800. This price is probably one of the cheapest out there when it comes to midsize trucks. But remember that this is the price for the low-end work truck trim. A properly equipped 4WD LT model will cost you up to $37,000.